Hello, beautiful and exotic women of the world. Welcome back to my channel. One-sided beef is a loser's game. Women who are obsessed with competing with you are already losing. And I had to go through a lot of friendship hurt to realize that even if someone is trying to compete with you, someone has initiated you into a competition that you are completely unaware of, they have already lost. Instead of you going back and forth with these people, instead of you feeling like you need to defend yourself against these people, or instead of you feeling like they are winning in this game because they are mimicking you down to a T, you need to wake up, smell the roses, and remember that if someone is initiating you into a competition when you're being genuine with them and they're being strategic with you, they have already lost. Because what are they telling you subconsciously? What are they really telling you? Like, let's really unpack one-sided feuds and beef. If someone starts a competition with you, that tells you that you are everything that they want to be. Think about boxers, right? Whenever a boxer wins a fight, sometimes the announcer will ask them, who's on your list next? What tree do you want to chop down next? Who do you want to fight next? Usually a boxer who is in a lower weight class or who hasn't fought someone that has a lot of status and power in that industry, they'll mention another person's name, sometimes for clout, sometimes for attention, just to maybe, I don't know, get the other person riled up and feel like that person who's calling them out is on their level, right? They're like, oh, I want to fight Mike Tyson, knowing damn well that they're a lightweight or a featherweight. You know what I'm saying? That's how these people look when they try to initiate you into a competition. You are a featherweight, babe. You know nothing about my path, my calling, my purpose, how hard I've worked to get here. You know what I'm saying? You're just looking at the finished product and the fruits of it, and you're glamorizing it, and you are coveting it, and you think that by initiating us into a competition, I'm going to entertain you, and somehow you may swap lives with me, swap energies with me, swap destinies with me. Not happening. Not happening. So again, people don't initiate competitions with others unless they see something in the person that they want. Clearly you are doing something right. Clearly you are above this person. If they have to go as low as initiating you into a competition in order to feel better about themselves and to feel adequate. They feel inadequate and they're using you as a measuring stick and as a yardstick to say, how does my life look if I hold it up to hers? How do my finances look if I hold it up to hers? How does my social life and my friendship life and my career life and my love life look if I hold it up to hers? And the second they see something in you that may be further along than them, if they see something in you that is more bright than theirs, if they see your future, people like to say that saying, like, your future is bright. These haters and these people around you, these frenemies and these evil family members, they can see your light, they can see your future, and they know that it's bright. So if you have spent your whole life dealing with people starting competitions with you out of nowhere when you were just trying to be their friend, trying to be their cousin, trying to be their sister, you know what I'm saying? That should tell you that you have a bright future. No one tries to imitate, copy, steal from, or compete with someone who is beneath them. They always do it in a way where they're trying to social climb off of that person. I already talked about this in a previous video. They're always trying to reach up and grab the woman who is above them socially, economically, beauty-wise, body-wise, love life-wise. Whatever they deem you to have above them, they're always trying to reach up and take your place. They never think to themselves, what did this girl do to get here? How hard did she work to get here? What work did she put in? What ego death did she have to go through? You know what I'm saying? What hardship did she have to face to get here? And you know what's so sick? Some of these people know what you've been through. I would even argue that the people who know what you've been through, the ugly stuff that you've been through, they hate you even more and they want to go even harder in competing with you because they feel like, well, you were all the way down here and look how you were able to pull yourself up. And now you're surpassing me, someone who hasn't gone through half the stuff you've been through. Oh, I need to humble her. Oh, I need to compete with her. Oh no, she's not going to think that she's better than me. So let me go ahead and start doing what she's doing. And I'm going to follow everything that she's doing. And I'm going to show her I could do her better than her, because who does she think she is? Hold on. I sat in your face and cried and told you about every painful thing I've been through. What do you mean you're competing with me now? It's like these people who are close to you and got to witness your low point were comfortable with you being there because, again, they saw your potential, they saw your future, and they know it is bright, even when you're going through hard times. So for them, it's soothing, it's comforting to see the pretty, beautiful, exotical go through something tumultuous, heavy, things you shouldn't really be getting up from, if we're being honest. They don't think you should be getting up from those things. So they feel comfy seeing you in a low place, right? They love to see the beautiful girl go through, weight loss and weight gain. Your skin's out of control because you're stressed. You're losing yourself. You forget your beauty. You go into hiding. They love it when you're in that mode. They love it. They love to see it. But the second that you remember who you are, the Most High redeems you from whatever low place you were in, because it doesn't last forever. Sometimes it can last for a good season, a good amount of time, but it doesn't last forever. If these people were comfortable in you being below them in whatever way, because you were in a low season and you rise up, they're not going to be able to stomach it, and you'll start to see them compete with you in different ways. They'll try to flex on you with their life and their lifestyle and the things that they've achieved and accomplished, even though you were happy for them when those things happened for them. You cheered for them, you clapped for them, you supported them, you showed up for them. Why is it now that when you rise up to the top, now they're trying to use everything that they have against you? They're trying to, measure their life to yours. They're throwing low blows. They're being passive aggressive. These are the makings of a person who has propped you up above them. And they're fearful that your potential is going to actualize. This is why I say, ladies, if you have the potential to be a dancer, a singer, a poet, an artist, a fashion blogger, a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse, an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, whatever your calling, purpose, and mission is, people can see and sense what that is, and it's going to be so imperative that you do not divert from the path. It is so important that you do not let life happening to you stop you from actualizing your potential, because that is exactly what these people who are in competition with you want. They want you to stop being who you are, stop showing up, stop shining brightly, stop appearing to be the person who you're supposed to be, because it'll make them feel better about themselves. And then that's when they feel like they can actually be close to you and be a friend to you, is when you're not a threat and when your life is in the gutter. The second your life starts to go on the up and up, they disappear. I'm experiencing that right now. And that's how you know a lot of people were comfortable with you being in a low place. And when you start to get the jabs and the low blows, the passive aggressiveness, you're noticing that your friend that you loved and cared about is now, everything is a pissing contest with her. Everything is a one-up. Everything is comparing and contrasting. That's how you know. That is your signal that you are walking in your purpose. You got your glow back. You're actualizing your potential. You gotta understand, ladies, healthy people do not need secret enemies, okay? Emotionally healthy women are focused on building their own lives. They make friends where they can, but their whole life doesn't revolve around friends, all right? Because they're too worried about themselves and self-preservation. They don't have the excess energy to monitor other women's moves, right? They're secure. And when someone can't celebrate your successes or your happiness, or they sabotage things, or they try to make you feel bad for coming out of a place of being low or being less than what your actual potential is, you will see them start to squirm. You'll see them start to act funny, and they'll do certain things that send a signal to you that they're uncomfortable with how your life has progressed, how it's moving forward, your blessings, in your favor. Another thing I noticed about these types of women, they turn life into a competition instead of a journey. I remember I had a friend who is now an acquaintance because I demote people once they start showing their ass. But once upon a time when we were closer, she made this comment that stuck with me, and I never forgot when she said this. She said, and this was in a very boasting way, okay? This is a person who has shown a lot of times that she's kind of threatened by me leveling my life up. She said to me one time, "I'm so proud to say that me and my man were the first ones in our entire friend groups to own a home and to get engaged." And, to the naked eye and ear, that would be a normal thing to be happy about, right? But you have to understand, this is a person who has deep insecurities. They tend to project a lot. They tend to do a lot of mental manipulation. And her way of trying to basically boast was to say, I was able to get to this milestone before any of my friends. And that's what makes us proud. And I thought that was the strangest thing, because you should just be proud that you're a homeowner, period. Why are you measuring your life achievements to your friends? Immediately, that's when I knew she was a weirdo, because there were other signs before, but this was what solidified it for me. And I just kind of had my eye on her, and I was side-eyeing her, because here I am sending her housewarming gifts, happy for her, cheering her on. Whole time she is getting like this narcissistic supply because she feels like she met this milestone before the other people in her friend group, so that makes her better than everyone else. The way she said it and the way her face looked, I was just like, oh, so you use your friendships as a measuring tool to where your life should be. And if you feel like no one has reached that yet in your circle, that makes you better than others. And I just remember feeling like, oh my goodness, you are treating your life like a competition instead of a journey. Why are you rushing to get somewhere so you can say, oh yeah, I was the first one to do this out of my friend group. I was the first one to X, Y, and Z. And then when you see the house, it's a raggedy ass house. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, that's the type of people that do this stuff. They rush and go do things just to say that they did it. Just to say like, yeah, I was first to do it in my friend group. I was the first to do it in this and that and the other. That's not something to boast about, babe. Everyone's life is different. We're on a journey. Your goals and what you want is very different from my goals and what I want. You don't see me saying, oh, I was the first one to start a business and make 10 figures in less than a year. I don't go around boasting that and talking about that amongst my friends, because for one, I'm not trying to invoke envy out of anyone. But of course, insecure people live their life in trying to invoke envy out of people because they're insecure and they're inadequate. Especially, again, if you are a beautiful woman who has a bright future and lots of potential. These are the types of things that people will say around you because they want you to feel less than. Because they feel less than. And they feel like they have to treat life like a competition. Everything is a scoreboard. Everything is about, oh, who can get there first? Who's doing it better? It's always like they're trapped in comparison and can never enjoy their own blessings because they're too busy measuring them against someone else's. It's very exhausting. So ladies, here is the antidote. Here's what I will leave you with. The women who rise the highest are not the women obsessing over who's ahead, who did it first, which friend has what, or which person in their family has what. They're the women who are building a life that is meaningful, so much so that competition becomes irrelevant. And again, this is how you know that you're winning in life. If you've never initiated anyone into a competition, you are a winner. You are a leader. You are a tastemaker. You are someone who is aspirational. People aspire to have what you have, be what you are, and do what you do. Not the other way around. Okay? So ladies, drop down in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts on this topic. How have you combated women who put you into one-sided feuds? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.